This video is presented by the RNC and the Hispanic 100 with the purpose of sharing the Republican Party's Hispanic voter strategy with its supporters. Exit poll surveys and voter profile studies confirm that while Hispanics historically embrace conservative values and principles, as voters, they've historically voted at times heavily for Democratic candidates and for liberal issues. History shows that the Hispanic vote has favored the Democrats. This tendency will continue to occur, as will the Democratic advantage, until the Hispanic community can actually meet, understand, and establish the true relationship with the Republican Party. This is why the RNC Hispanic leadership has partnered with a very experienced Hispanic communications and direct intercept team to build a connection with Hispanic voters. There now exists a fully supported action plan by the RNC that begins to build the foundations to reach, listen, educate, and register this critically important demographic. The Republican Party wants the Hispanic vote in its ranks. We are reaching out to you, the Republican donor base, to enlist your support and build a new era, where the phrase "Soy Hispano y soy Republicano," I am Hispanic and I am Republican, is said proudly and loudly. At this point in time, the Hispanic vote is focused more on issues than on party. How do we know this? We have lived the challenge. We have asked and secured hundreds of thousands of registrations and votes from this demographic. The key to success is the relationship. The task ahead is reach Hispanics with a culturally relevant political message, cultivate an ongoing relationship and dialogue, get them to register Republican, get them to vote for Republican candidates. What we have going for the RNC is Hispanic core values and conservative tendencies remain closer to Republican moral values, such as freedom to choose, less government, and the role of families. What are our obstacles? We are playing catch-up. We are running out of time. Second, third, and coming generations of Latinos will identify with democratic values if we do not create relationship with the community now. What is our plan? It's time for us Republicans to make the commitment to cultivate the Hispanic voter over the long term. We need strategies for 2, 4, and 10 years. Capture and attract their attention. Deliver a message that connects with their needs. Create the engagement platforms that will enable us to make the personal connection. Establish effective vehicles for voter registration. It's a model that requires commitment and time, but it delivers results. This model is proven, and the RNC leadership has decided to support this approach in a phased plan. Phase 1 consists of creating national messaging platform to get the Republican message into Hispanic voters' hearts and minds. Recruiting Hispanic spokespersons to support the message, inviting voters to engage by registering. The key message is, we want to hear your voice. We attain coverage of the message with the Radio Uno network and with top-class newspapers at a national level, beginning with the Union Tribune Media Group. Simultaneously, we create the face-to-face connection with a tour bus effort that visits communities, promotes the message with Hispanic spokespersons, and invites voters to register in our We Want to Hear Your Voice program, where select persons will be featured on future radio capsules and content. This will be presented in conjunction with the Radio Uno network radio stations and local community-based organizations. We create a localized support for congressional districts by using local radio, print media, cable television, and community events to promote the message, create a local relationship, and feature the local Republican leaders and candidates. Phase 2. Expanding the platform to support the midterm elections, locally and regionally, and continue enhancing the national platform to educate and register. We implement a more expansive digital strategy, utilizing the educational and message content developed in the earlier phases. Phase 3. We focus the platform to have a substantial impact on the presidential and congressional elections. We convene the media and community relationships built during the course of Soy Hispano y soy Republicano. Y queremos escuchar tu voz. We are starting by delivering our message to 200 cities and counties covered by Radio Uno network. Radio allows us to control the message and deliver significant frequency to start creating an immediate impact. Our messaging campaign builds trust through visibility and repetition of a positive message. We want to hear your voice. This active listening will demand cutting-edge technology to tap into the social media buzz. We are first creating and then sustaining a digital community that addresses several audiences at the same time. and has at its core proactive Hispanics willing to spread the word and become advocates for the Republican values and lifestyle.
Me gusta la idea de poder conectarme con la gente y de contar historias sin tener que decir ninguna palabra.
Unión, alegría, mucha pasión.
Para mí, mi familia es lo más importante.
Me gusta la velocidad, la fuerza, la determinación.
Mi determinación es superar mis límites.
Amo transmitir conocimientos y formar vida con valores.
Creo en el esfuerzo. Creo en la oportunidad que me ha dado mi comunidad.
Soy Carla Castillo, mi pasión es el baile.
Soy Jorge Ríos, orgulloso candidato por el Partido Republicano.
Soy Fátima Águila y soy educadora.
Soy Iván Gómez y soy piloto de NASCAR.
Creo en la libertad, en el respeto, la honestidad y el trabajo, pero sobre todo en la familia.
Soy hispana
Y soy republicano.
Comparte tu testimonio, tu historia entrará al aire. Regístrate en nuestros eventos y website.
Queremos escuchar tu voz.
The RNC support for this program was confirmed when the media chairman, Reince Priebus, declared that there needs to be a positive message attached to Republican candidates, and it should be a message all Republicans should be proud to promote. He used the example, "Hi, I'm Jose. I'm a toolmaker here in Milwaukee, and I'm going to tell you why I'm a Republican." With your support, the Soy Hispano y Soy Republicano campaign is positive audio and video messages by Hispanics for Hispanics. Hispanic celebrities, leaders, and regular individuals delivering a positive message and inviting voters to register. Promotional support tools for local congressional districts and RNC engagement efforts, featuring of local Republican candidates. Weekly radio promotion, tour bus program that creates face-to-face interaction and builds relationships with local communities. Targeted local cable television promotion, an information and registration website. Continuous cross-media engagement through radio, cable television, print media, podcasts, video streaming, social feeds from live events, Hispanic Twitter stars, bloggers, and mobile apps. Community events promoting the message and creating FaceTime with voters. We are asking our national and regional donor base to support and co-fund this program. Investing in the Hispanic vote is of vital importance to our Republican Party. Soy Hispano y Soy Republicano. The time is now.
It's a wonderful effort to engage the Hispanic community because of who we are, but more importantly, the policies and the politics of what we believe in.
We want to help people come to this program, to empower them, and to engage Latinos into the political process.
I support this project because it helps to empower Latinos to reach economic freedom and to reach better goals in their lives.
I believe in this program with a passion. I worked 35 years dealing with individuals that didn't have the mentoring, didn't have the direction and leadership opportunities that Republican values give to Hispanics.
I believe that as young individuals, we should have the opportunity to choose anything that we want in life. And the Republican Party's principles stand for that very thing.
I support this program because this is the party of Abraham Lincoln, who freed the slaves. I support this program because this is the party of Martin Luther King, who had a dream. And I support this program because this is the party of Ronald Reagan, who brought the most economic growth to our country in recent times.
We believe in free market, we believe in liberty, and we believe in freedom.
Restoring America's values of free enterprise, of opportunity, and of freedom, most important to the Hispanic community.
I believe the core values of Republicans represent the core values of Hispanics.
I think it's so important to help the Latino community and to help the Republican Party grow. That's why I'm supporting this program. Soy Hispano y soy Republicano.
My name is Rocky Chavez. I'm an assembly member in California. Yo soy Hispano, yo soy Republicano.
Soy Dolores Chavez.
I'm Hispanic and I'm a Republican.
I am a testament to my grandparents who immigrated to this country over 80 years ago, seeking a better life for their future generations.
Soy Hispano.
Soy Republicana.
Meet the Santa Fe team. They have over 150 years of combined experience in areas of Latino politics and Hispanic consumer marketing. This experience and market knowledge makes them uniquely qualified to create success for our Hispanic goals. The team's highlights include 700,000 Hispanics registered as bone marrow donors, 2 million votes for El Premio de la Gente, the People's Choice Awards, 900 media relationships, 5 billion impressions created, 1,900,000 incremental store visits, thousands of community and storefront events. Santa Fe has partnered with Hispanic 100, a well-established nonprofit organization that strives for the well-being of Hispanic community through policymaking and leader empowerment, earning the respect of political leaders at the local, state, and national levels. They are the voice of the U.S. Hispanic community that's respected and heard by industry, political, and corporate leaders alike. Several of our team members have been an important part of President Bush's and Governor Schwarzenegger's campaigns, as well as many senatorial and congressional efforts. City of Hope, one of the largest cancer research nonprofits in the world, shared with the Santa Fe team the urgent need for Hispanic donors to their bone marrow donor database and asked if we could help increase those numbers, a seemingly simple task. Reaching them was easy. That is, after all, Santa Fe's business. But consider this. Most Latinos at the time did not even know what bone marrow donation was. There was a lack of information and the need to educate. And potential bone marrow donors needed to provide very personal information, as well as have blood drawn. And if you become a donor, you might one day have to make a decision to save a life by undergoing a medical procedure. This was a very personal thing we were asking, perhaps even more so than asking for a vote. On the 10th year anniversary, Santa Fe produced a We Are the World type anthem for the campaign and enlisted over 46 world-class ambassadors that participated, including Placido Domingo, Enrique Iglesias, Marco Antonio Solis, and many more. This effort had an impact and saved lives. In 2001, at the start of the campaign, only 2% of the registered national bone marrow donors were Hispanic. That amounted to 45,000 registrants. By 2012, Santa Fe's strategies and tactics resulted in growing the percentage of Hispanic registrants to 11%, with a number of over 700,000 new registrants, a 15-fold increase. Together, this is what is possible. It takes time, it takes commitment, and it delivers results. A point to consider is that an investment in votes also results in campaign donors.
Únete ya.
Únete ya. Únete. Te estamos esperando.
La boca de la vida es para